All right, welcome to our Pressbox segment. We debate hot topics. Let me welcome in our panelist. He is on Monday through Friday, 620 WDA. He's the tall guy, Tom Krasnicki. T. Kras, good to have you aboard, T. Kras.
Good to be here, buddy.
And another tall guy. You know him roaming Buccaneers sidelines on NFL games, tune-in radio, and a station near you, TJ Reeves. Good to have you aboard, TJ.
Good to be here. I'm the small forward. He's the power forward. This is definitely your tallest panel.
You have someone taller than you. Let's get right to it. Let's get to the Penguins now, up in this series against the Bolts. Let me ask you, T. Kras, bottom line, are the Penguins playing better? Have they been the better team? Or are the Bolts being outworked?
They're being outworked, Rock, but I think the Penguins are the better team, and I caught a lot of flack on the radio when I picked the Penguins in 7. And the way this series is going, they ain't going to a 7th game. Because the thing that would alarm me if I'm a Lightning fan is that their play has gotten progressively worse as the series has gone on. They were okay in Game 1. They played pretty well in front of their goalie. Game 2, big downturn. And in Game 3 was just a total train wreck. So the Lightning have a lot of work. Unfortunately, the Kessel line's red hot. Crosby has scored in each of the last 2 games. Malkin hasn't scored, but that guy could go off at any moment, too.
So look out, Lightning fans. He sees it like that. How do you see it, TJ Reeves?
I see Game 4 starting 0-0. I think the Lightning lost the first game at home in the Islanders series. They lost one of the 2 games a couple of times last year. I don't think there's a need to panic until you see them. I don't know if taking some shifts off is the right way to put it, but it looked like at times defensively they were less than enthused about playing defense, so hopefully the message gets through there. Pittsburgh probably is the more talented team, but there's no excuse for not working hard, which is your question.
I agree with you. All right, let's move on now. Orlando Magic, looking, going to be another new head coach, and I'm going to start with you, T. Kras. With the Magic, does it really matter with what they have and what they got coming up in the draft and what moves they may make in free agency? Does it really matter who's coaching this team at this point?
Well, it does, Rock, but you know what? The NBA is a players' league. You need players. You don't have players, you're not going to win. With that being said, the Magic, as you know how I feel about them, they're irrelevant right now. They have been for several years. So, unfortunately, they got a bad pick. They got a bad draw in the lottery. They weren't going to get the top pick or a top 3 pick. I thought they needed that. They didn't get it. They need a big-time free agent. They need a building piece to build around. I don't think they have one right now.
Magic coach, how important would it be? One coach come in, can he turn it around?
Look at the Knicks. T. Kras has been bemoaning his Knicks before, during, and after every show. They have Phil Jackson. You got to have players, and they don't have enough of them. And to have the indictment of Scott Skiles, who played in that organization 20 years ago, basically say, in no uncertain terms, in January, I made a mistake and shouldn't have taken this job. That's they have got to rectify several things. One of it is the talent level.
All right, I would agree with you on that one. Now, youth football is looking at outlawing, or is going to outlaw kickoffs, okay, to try to cut down on serious injuries. Do you think we could see high school, maybe college, doing this next?
Rock, I think there's a good chance it happens, and I'm for the youth leagues eliminating kickoffs because you don't want injuries to happen to youngsters at that age. I like the kickoff return in football. I think it's an exciting play. I think the NFL wants to do away with it because now touchbacks come back to the 25. They're trying to hinder teams or trying to dissuade teams from taking the ball out to avoid injury, but I agree with getting rid of it on the Pop Warner level, but in terms of eradicating it completely, I'm not for that.
All right, Mr. Bucks sideline guy, football guy.
They've legislated the kickoffs at the NFL level and tried with player safety to take steps where guys can't form a wedge and take off together and try to impact on the collisions. High school may be next, but I can't foresee anytime soon that you will see games without kickoffs in major college and NFL football, no.
Yeah, that would screw up too. Statistics, history, all that jazz.
It's exciting.
Jobs in the NFL.
Jobs,
kick return jobs in the NFL. Too.
What about those guys?
All right. What about high school? Maybe high school or no?
High school might go away.
Okay.
Maybe. Not in college.
All right, plenty more topics in our next half hour, so don't go anywhere.